It's me, Claudia, aka Happy to be Queen. I've missed you guys, and I have to say, today is an important day. I am recording this and streaming live because I wanted to read to you a letter that my mother received today. Um, it is actually August the 6th, 2010. This letter came from Congressman John Lewis. It said to my mother, her name is Stephanie, on March 7th, 1965, 600 of us lined up to walk from Selma to Montgomery to march for voting rights. When we tried to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge over the Alabama River, we were met by state troopers. They attacked us with tear gas, bullwhips, nightsticks. It became known as Bloody Sunday, and the national outcry over the brutality that day led to the enactment, exactly 45 years ago today, of the Voting Rights Act. The progress we've made since then is remarkable, but the expansion of the voting rights for millions did not happen overnight. It was the product of a continued struggle by many people over many years. And just as change did not come easily then, it does not come easily now. Discrimination still exists in America. Its effects can be harmful as they were decades ago, and we can always become better, more just society. 2 years ago, this movement, led by Barack Obama, brought millions of people into the political process for the first time. I'm told that many of you are working hard now to get as many possible of those folks and others from across the country who are us in these fights to the polls this year. It is an important effort, and the legacy for the fight for the Voting Rights Act is that it is not only our right to vote and to help others do so, it is our duty. He also says in this letter, when he was a child, he tasted the bitter fruits of racism and racial discrimination and did not like it. That is what spurred him to act in those early days. He sacrificed his very self for our right as Americans. But they never gave up. And now barriers that keep the entire people from participation in this country have been removed. No longer are people who look like me and like him met with violence when we register to vote. No longer is the idea of African American could become president just a dream. We live in a better world, a better country, but our work is not complete. We cannot wait for someone else to make change. We must all do it. You must do it. I must do it. Please help sign millions more up to vote. This is a beautiful letter, and that letter came from Congressman John Lewis. Of course, I am just taken aback for a moment because of this letter. And the reason why I am taken aback is because every time I go over, um, there's a bridge in Mississippi that looks very similar to, no, it's not Mississippi, it's in Mobile, Alabama. It looks very similar to the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And I can remember going over that bridge when I was younger saying, gosh, that bridge looks just like the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And it reminds me of the sacrifice that people who didn't even know me made. So anyway, on this day, please take out the time to talk to someone that maybe have never voted in their lives, or they may be somebody who has voted but aren't voting anymore. Make sure they're registered to vote, because on this day, the Voting Rights Act was born. And I think it's extremely important for us to exercise our right to have a voice, and our right to speak in form of electing someone to represent us, to represent that vote, to represent that voice. I mean, if we don't, then then we have no right to be upset about what happens in our community. Or we have no right to be upset about what happens around us. So for today, just remember people who gave up a lot of time and effort. Some people lost their lives, and some people even just lost faith and hope that one day we would be in the place that we are today, somewhat in a better place. All right, so go out there and tell somebody else, go vote, or go out there and ask somebody else, do you need help with getting registered to vote? I know how to, because I'm registered, you know? All right, that's all I had to say. Stay happy. I miss you guys.